turn to one of our top stories, the Energy White Paper out today. Let's get more with Edward Hanna, Director of Energy Sustainability with Energy Action. Edward, warm welcome to you. What input did you have into the Energy White Paper?
We were part of the consulting process, but it was just to submit some opinions back to the White Paper on where we thought things should be going.
And tell us where you think things should be going and what the White Paper reflects of where we are supposedly headed at the moment.
Okay, I guess the key thing for us is we're very pleased to see that the whole issue about the role that government should be playing as a policy maker in relation to energy and the energy markets is now in focus for the White Paper. For a long time it has appeared to us that the government has lurched from issue to issue in relation to the energy markets and energy efficiency and so forth. This White Paper appears to be an attempt to take a step back and really allow a debate to evolve about the role of government and where energy policy should be going over the next 20 years.
So we're still in the evolution phase. When do we start actually making policy?
I suspect it's probably going to be a long time yet. The energy market, I'm sure you're aware as observers, is a pretty intransigent beast. There's some very well-entrenched interests, and the market is notorious or famous for being slow to move. That said, though, going around the market talking to energy buyers, they really are starting to talk about a paradigm shift at the moment. They're really taking on board the need to call into question how they use their energy, how they can best fulfil their energy needs, and who they should be working with to make sure they get bang for buck, if you will. What's
so different about that rethink underway? Define that new paradigm perhaps a bit more for us.
Sure. There's been a lot of talk in the media about price signals and the effective price signals and price shock, indeed. Really what our customers are dealing with, and we work with about 7,000 business customers across the East Coast and a handful in Western Australia as well. What our customers are dealing with is massive increases in their energy bills over the last 3 or 4 years, and this is really forcing them to sit back and question how it is they should be using their energy. One of our customers made a great observation to me just a few weeks ago. Look, 70% of our energy bills are now wrapped up in delivery. That really makes you sit back and question whether the model for that customer is working. Should they be looking at producing their own energy on site for their use?
Because we're hearing about the need to invest in infrastructure to the tune of billions, and that these companies should feel free to pass on those costs. How does the call for action remove that pass through to the consumer?
It's a complex situation. I think that call to invest has obviously been around for a long time. It's layered. There's reality, and there's a lot of perception of a need to invest, which people are questioning, and rightly so. I think, though, around the market there is concern about the current uncertainty in the policy context. The federal politics are completely dominated at the moment by the issue of whether the carbon tax should or shouldn't be here, and whether it will be here 2015 beyond. And of course the issue of network pricing going up and up. You can see the network price increases as a response to this uncertainty in relation to technology, but around the market everybody is faced with this issue of uncertainty about where things are going in the future.
Does the White Paper actually set that one aside, or does it actually address it front and centre?
Well, I haven't seen the full document yet, but I'd imagine it can't resolve all of those issues. They're for the Parliament to decide over the next 18 months or so. But there's obviously, the White Paper is going to set some clear objectives in relation to the fuel mix going forward. I think most people will welcome the contribution of the White Paper to acknowledging the role that natural gas has to play in the energy supply mix into Australia, for both grid-delivered energy and also for on-site generation.
What about nuclear?
Well, yeah, nuclear's completely left out of the the paper.
So it wasn't
Like
even...
GST and the old tax, the tax
So,
papers
so they
as
effectively said, we'll have a white paper, but
Yeah.
it won't be according to X, Y or Z. Those issues can't make their presence felt.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that, Carson?
Yeah, so in other words, we've got a rewrite, as Brooke says, of a document that was purporting to go public to bring in submissions, but it was quite clear to say, but don't go down these avenues.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's the nature of debate in Australia these days, huh?
Yeah, like the best tax papers ignore GST.
right. Stay on page.
In practical terms, because we get these white papers all the time, don't we? We've had a heap of them lately. What do you actually do with that? In practical terms, is it,
Well, it's a white paper, white elephant. Let's just be blunt about it.
Yeah.
White paper, white elephant.
It's a good point. Yeah, look, Martin Ferguson is I think very, very proud of the paper and its contribution. But the reality of the energy market is that there's numerous government departments. There's a lot of existing regulation. I think there's 17 separate regulators across the energy market at the present stage. The state governments have big roles. The state government in New South Wales is still involved as an investor. And then the interests of capital, which are supporting the infrastructure businesses and generation businesses, they're big, well-entrenched interests. It's change is going to come pretty slowly, I think.
It seems like we need to take the problem to China. Maybe the People's Congress could sort it out for us in a week. Yeah, the way we're going. Thank you anyway.
Edward Hanna, Director of Energy Sustainability with Energy Action. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We move on to the jobs picture because we got a read today showing that things look, well, fairly resilient, defying expectations again of a rise in the job